Okay, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make a macrame leaf. And to demonstrate that, I'm going to be using a cord to build one independent leaf, but you could also build your leaves off of any kind of finding, such as this split ring. So I'm using a large cord so that you're able to see how I'm doing this, but I'm going to hold one end down with the pen right now, and I've cut 6 lengths of cord, and I'm going to fold them in half, and I'm going to use a lark's head to attach it to the base cord. So we just simply wrap it around there, loop it, slide it up next to it, and so I'm going to put it under it and then loop it over and then pull the tail through and slide it right next to it. And I'm going to do that on the next 3. So now I've got my cords onto my base cord, and I'm just going to line them up there, and then I'm going to hold down the other end with another pin. And now I'm going to start doing my double half hitches. So I'm starting on the right hand side, and I'm going to take the first cord, and this is going to be my anchor cord, and I'm going to put the second cord under, over, and through the loop and bring it up close and kind of get that slit over there, and take it again with the same cord and slide it up. And I'm taking the third cord, still using the same anchor cord, going under and over and through, under and over and through. So I do that twice, that's why it's called a double half hitch. And I'm taking the next cord, and I'm going to just go straight down and do that all the way. I'm trying to get them nice and snug there. Create that nice straight line. Now, if I was using a curved finding, it would be curved, but it would follow whatever the base is. And I come up to here. Okay, so we've got our first row in. So now I'm going to come back to the right-hand side. I'm going to lay my anchor cord there. I'm going to take on the right-hand side and put that aside and not work with that, and start with my anchor cord is going to be the second one. And I'm going to take the third one, put it under, and over and through that loop, and create another double half hitch, and we're going to start the next row. So move along there, and I'm just creating these rows. So what I've started is creating a diagonal by taking off that first cord. And once you start doing this enough, it's kind of relaxing, but to the beginners, you're going to need to concentrate. So this is the last cord, which used to be the anchor cord from the previous row. That is going to become the last double half hitch in the second row. So I'm taking that and putting it under and doing my double half hitch. So here, this is my anchor for the second row, becomes the last one for the next row. I'm going to take this first cord on the right hand side and laying it aside and not working with it. I'm taking the next cord to it. That becomes the anchor cord. The next one becomes the first double half hitch in the third row. So I just continue putting it under and over and through. And as you can see, it's becoming one less double half hitch in each row. Continue leaving an additional cord out for each row until I have 3 here. I have half of the macrame leaf completed, and I've gone till I have 3 cords at the end. Now I'm ready to turn and make the other half of the leaf. And I'm going to be working from left to right. And my first cord is going to be my anchor cord. And I'm going to do my double half hitch. And so I'm going to do 2 double half hitches to create that tip of the leaf. And now I'm going to drop my anchor cord down, and I'm going to go back to the left hand side. My first cord is going to be my anchor cord. And I think I'm going to take and use another pin to hold this down a little better. And the next cord is the double half hitch. And I'm going to try to get nice and snug. And so I come up to the next cord, which is on the previous other half, and I'm going to come up as close as possible, and I'm going to make another double half hitch, and I'm starting to form the other side of the leaf, so you can see. So so what I'm going to be doing is following this pattern all the way down. So now I'm going to go back. I'm going to put my anchor cord down. I'm going to take the next left hand first cord, bring it over, and I'm going to create my double half hitch. And that anchor cord becomes a double half hitch. And I go to the next cord from the first half, and I do another double half hitch. And the anchor cord comes down, and I'm ready to do the next row. And we're just going to follow the pattern all the way down. So I'm continuing to make my row with double half hitches, and I'm going to do the same thing I did in the previous rows. And there's my anchor cord from the previous row. It becomes the double half hitch, and then I go up to the next one from the other half, bring it up, and you can see the leaf forming. And bring that anchor cord down. My first cord is the anchor cord, and I continue to make the rows. And there's my next working cord. So you can see it forming here so you're creating the lines of the leaf. So I'm going to continue on with my rows until I've come all the way to the end and created a complete leaf. So it's just completing. So you'll have the same number of rows that you have on this side as you had on that side. And you just come all the way down to here. Okay, so now I'm just about done with my leaf. One more here. Get this last cord, and I'm going to bring it up to the working cord so I have a complete tight leaf. And now I'm ready to turn it over and start the finishing. So I'm going to take it and fold it over. And I'm going to secure it. So what I'm going to do now is take all these working cords, and I'm going to flip them up towards the leaf, and I'm going to do a row of hitches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my first cord as the anchor. Let's see, work from this way. I think it'll be better. I'm going to take it in my first cord and I'm going to bring it up and over the anchor and through. And take the next cord, put it up over the anchor and through. So what I'm doing here is working the cords so that they lay under the leaf. So I'm just going up over here. And if you wanted to make sure it's really secure, you could actually be putting a little bit of E6000 fabric fuse on here. Or you can just continue on. You don't want to get it too tight where you're curling up your leaf. And then I'm going to take the E6000 So what I'm going to do, what I'm using is the E6000 fabric fuse, and I'm going to just carefully put out a row of glue over the top of this. And even if some of them are a little bit loose, that's okay because I'm going to pull it tighter. Just make sure you get it in there. And then I like to go back and pull these cords so I'm getting that glue underneath the cords. And E6000 does really well with soaking into the fabric and holding it, but not really changing the color. And it dries clear. I think it does an excellent job. There you go. And then what I'm going to do is let that dry. And then I'm going to take these cords and I'm going to trim them right down close to the seam here. And we have a completed leaf.